my name is Brinker. I am the Director of Outreach at Bay Atlantic University. So recently, I'm kind of in charge of quite a few things here. Mainly is in charge of partner relationships as far as other local universities, other international universities, but also agents, and then local high schools as well.
So how is your university operating during the COVID-19 pandemic?
We expect fall to be a sort of hybrid between online and physical, with the hopes to be back in class fully.
So in terms of international students then, what are some of the challenges of taking on international students right now, and how are you working to combat these issues?
It's really just kind of what we've seen as the visa process due to the halted travel restrictions. How we've combated that is with rolling admissions and being more invested in each and every application that we get, making sure that we take care of each and every student. That means that we're getting every student right to that finish line with just the visa process waiting now, so that once everything does reopen, we've only got one thing on our mind, and that's all we have to take care of to enroll the student.
Are you actively trying to recruit more students from Africa?
We definitely are actively looking more into the Africa region. Mainly because from a travel sort of looking at the numbers behind the United States visas, a lot of where the denials are coming from are not necessarily the majority of them, but you're seeing less denials in the Africa region than, for example, the Middle East or Eastern European region. And also a lot of the countries that have been hit the least have been the African regions.
Right. And are you offering any scholarships to these students?
So we have a Hussein Youssel scholarship, which just for an additional scholarship essay offers up to a 50% scholarship for our students based on an array of other things, but more so the essay and the overall student. So offering up to a 50% scholarship when our tuition alone is less than $16,000 a year, compared to your other United States universities that a lot of them are twice that. The 50% scholarship, we can offer a student less than $8,000 a year tuition. And that's offered to anybody, and the earlier they apply, the more likely they're able to get it.
Tell us a bit more about the culture of Bay Atlantic and why our students might consider your institution for study abroad opportunities.
A lot of schools, and I could say from my own experience, really just gives you the tests and then gives you the grades to say, here's your degree, now you can technically go apply for these jobs. But coming out of school, I didn't know how to do those jobs. I just knew how to take the tests. So we really assist and kind of work with each student on researching their career, knowing the ins and outs as far as the popularity, what jobs are growing, what salaries are growing. That's very important in today's world. And also the kind of culture behind DC itself. I mean, we're talking about one of the most diverse cities in one of the most diverse countries in the world. And right now, with the Black Lives Matter movement, we as a university only deal with politics, business, and technology. And so with this movement going on in DC, that's really another opportunity there to get involved, because there's just so much growth going on in DC. And then lastly, really just from an accessibility standpoint, we understand that everybody kind of comes from different backgrounds. And so with our 50% scholarship, our housing is 40% of what typical housing is in DC. We have a special card where they can get public transportation for $1 a day. So it's really just making sure that everybody has access to this, so that, we can get a little more hands-on and that they can actually succeed instead of just giving them a degree and then they're out on their own.
Well, thanks so much, Chris. This chat's been really enlightening, and I'm sure that our students will find the information really helpful.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.